right. So, we've had some interesting announcements in London. Well, the UK in general. Things might be lifting very soon, but I have absolutely zero faith that anything's going to happen because I'm a bit of a pessimist. A positive one, however, so I thought I'd try wearing clothes, like a shirt, which is a whole new thing. I think the last time I wore one was with Jeet, the last time we spoke, which was just, I think, close to over a year ago, maybe? No, it can't be a year. 6 months, 7 months. Anyway, I'm wearing a shirt. What are you wearing? No, I'm joking. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Easy. Hi, Vinny. Hi, Jutler. What's up? This week, I'm talking to a dear friend, and also someone I'm a huge fan of. She's just combined things in a way I've never heard before, like dancehall and gothic vibes. I mean, it's just amazing. You think it's one too many buttons? Yeah, I think maybe you're right. A bit too much chest. You're right. Thank you for that little tip, Vinny. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. But yeah, Ms. Mohammed, Dana, she's just absolutely incredible. I've never heard anything like her music before. It's like I said, gothic dancehall, unbelievably good. And she boasts some incredibly well-known fans. And we'll get her to talk more about it when she joins me. Let's just request her friendship. Hi. Let's see if the connection works. Hi, Dr. Khan. Hi, Hinabi. Hi, Vipul. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I hope your internet connection works. Hey!
Hey!
Is that a fake background or is that actually red?
No, this is my actual bedroom.
That is awesome. It looks properly demonic.
Inside of.
That's the boudoir, is it? That's where all the good stuff happens.
Well, sometimes.
Mainly sleeping and snoring. Yeah.
I have my saves ready for after you leave.
Oh, I see. I thought it was all going to be demonic. I wore a black shirt today, especially.
Yeah, I straddle both sides,
That's something I'd never thought I'd hear you say. But there you go. There you go.
Oh yeah. Well, I meant the good and the bad.
I see. The balance of the demonic and the angelic. What are you drinking? Water?
This is water, yeah. I do have some vodka here, but I'm a little bit scared of it. We'll see.
Yes. I mean, so you spent the last few months being sober.
Yeah.
Which was fun. Constructive.
And is my skin glowing? Do I have mental clarity? Do I feel energetic? No.
See, there was a moment. I was on tour. I think it was December 2018 when I was in India, and I thought to myself, "Let me just take a week and not drink." And I swear to God, it was the worst fucking week of my life. I was just like, "Why am I doing this to myself? What is the fucking point of being sober? This is nonsense." So, not that I'm knocking sobriety. I think it's wonderful, but I think
it's great.
My demons need feeding.
I expected more positives,
Your skin does look fucking great, though. I've got to be honest.
This product.
And the lips and the wall matching is fucking awesome. It looks like you could have green screen wall and green lips and then put all sorts of other stuff on.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can see that. So I was thinking back to how we met, and it was exactly the same night that I met Nabia Iqbal as well. It was at the London Short Film Festival, and we were all on a panel together. And I was like the only dude amongst all of you amazing women. I was just like, this is fucking amazing.
The Muslim punk thing.
Yeah. And I'm not Muslim. I am a punk, but it was just, I wasn't a woman and I'm not Muslim, and it was great.
For that one, that wasn't a woman thing.
It was just predominantly women on the panel. So I was very honored to be amongst such strong female, powerful presences. Presences? Yeah.
I have no vocabulary. I forgot how to talk to other people who aren't in my social bubble.
So you've been talking to your dog mainly?
Yeah. So,
But, from that point that we met, you were on stage, you were talking about, your art and stuff, and I heard you, I'm trying to think of the first gig I saw you play, and I can't recall.
See, I thought that was how we met. I thought it was Mishti.
That Mishti dance at Isuru's gig?
Yeah.
Okay, so that might have been my first gig of actually seeing you play live.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, so that answers that question. And I was DJing at the same sort of at that gig too. So big up Azura for putting that together.
Yeah, you're on the bill. Yeah.
Yeah. And then was that really the first time I'd ever seen you play live? That's crazy.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Huh. Hi, Reggie. Hi. But yeah, like a massive fan of yours. Just I think from sheer attitude and stage presence, I've seen you play a bunch of times since. To like just the fact that you, I mean, I think at that gig you had a backing band, you had a bassist and a drummer as well. But then I've seen you play solo with just you, your guitar, and your box of tricks, and it's just fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, okay, good to know.
Yeah. You take compliments really fucking well, and are really animated by them.
I do. It's funny because I have this strange irrational fear that I won't know how to do it when I next have to do it, because it's, you know, we've had a year off and it'll be at least a year and a half by the time we get to live music gigs. And yeah, I have this, I'm really worried that I'll suddenly have a stage fright and not know how to do anything.
I can't imagine you would stage fright. I really cannot imagine you would stage fright at all.
You don't know. You know, I lost my edge. I worry about these things.
I mean, look at you. Edge lost my chitta. There's no way. There's no way. Big up Reggie in the comments. Big up Reggie. She's in the house. And she's saying she loves your cover of Dumb Model Dumb, which I haven't got.
I've been meaning to record that, yeah. And completely derailed.
But you know, that's the thing. We were again on the same lineup at Bishy's Diwali thing at the Wallace Collection, which was awesome. That was just fucking amazing.
That was a cool night, yeah.
That was a really, really, really cool night. And then and big up Bishy for that. That was amazing.
Is that the same bill? Is that some kind of conspiracy?
Well, just twice, because then there was when you opened for Sarati. That was fucking amazing. That night was something else entirely.
Yeah, but he's genius, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think that night, I think in particular, I was still on crutches post my surgery, and you were playing before Sarati Korwars, who we're talking about. And that gig at the Moth Club. And by the way, could you hear my burping? Was it really loud? Because I've got this new mic and it seems to be super sensitive and I'm just burping away. Anyway, that gig was like really special because that corner of the venue was just all us. Yes. And our extended fam and like just crew. And it was like a mini riot that night. Do you remember it?
Yeah, of course. It was amazing. It was round.
And that's the thing. You were solo on that stage in this packed room that was, and you held it down with just effortlessly.
Ah, that's really sweet. Because I wasn't even well that day for some reason. My voice up to it. But yeah, so to get through that was a big deal, and to be, you know, supporting somebody who I am a fan of, that was very cool.
And you and Sarati obviously worked together on this recent project as well.
Yeah.
During lockdown.
Yeah. It's so hard to succinctly do that project justice because it's so...
Well, can you explain it then? Because I can't do it justice.
Oh, the Tide project is it's very academic, darling. It's Oxford University. Yeah. Affiliated thing where
I love that you explaining it succinctly. It's just like, oh, it's academic. Yes, it's 7 of the drink. Yeah,
about academic. Yeah, it's completely out of my league. And yeah, Sweetie Kapoor curated the artists and the spoken word artists to, you know, collaborate. She obviously bent the rules a little bit for me and Sarati. Thank you, sweetie. But yeah, and it's just, you know, because he's like on my list of people I would have had, you know, dream collaboration. So, you know, Sweetie made that happen. That was great. And yeah, so Tide is about the terminology used to describe foreigners and immigrants in the 16th and 17th century England. So there was a list for us to choose from, and I had one. I just gravitated to this one word.
Which was what?
Which was savage.
Savage.
Yeah. I felt it worked on so many levels, you know, being Trinidadian and knowing that we wanted to make this quite rhythm based. Yeah.
Was that savage in terms of these savage foreigners coming to this land, essentially?
So, you know, it worked for me, and Sarzi had a short list, and I just had the one. If he didn't agree with that, I don't know what we would have done. I'd be like, wow.
He's such a sweet guy that I'm sure he would have agreed to it.
I know. He probably lied. It probably wasn't on his list at all.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's just so terrified of you. He's just like, yeah, savage. Yeah, that was on my list too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Why would he be terrified of me?
Huh?
Why would he be terrified of me?
Because you are surprisingly powerful and like there's a gentle side to you, but you are quite, what's the word? Intimidating. That's the word. You are incredibly intimidating.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I can never intimidate the people I want to intimidate. It's very inconvenient.
There's this kind of demonic aura about you that I think would intimidate most people in your vicinity.
My Christian mother would love that.
Well, that's an interesting point, actually. So your background, like you've got this voice, which sounds not distinctly British at all, and you're sorry.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, exactly. But you're from Trinidad. So how did you end up here?
My brother was here for about at least a year before me, and I was in Trinidad in bands, you know, like little punk with blue streaks in my hair, and you know, I was on stages and in bands like long before I had any business being on stages and in bands, but
which is the best way to do it.
Yeah, but that's the beautiful thing about, you know, punk rock is that you can kind of get up there and figure it out. Obviously now I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit more, hopefully.
100%.
Yeah, so you know, I was super depressed when I was down there.
What, in Trinidad, you mean?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
All that sun didn't help me.
I mean, that's true. Like being gothic in direct sunlight's got to be quite difficult.
I struggle with serotonin on a good day. So, you know, my brother was like, you know, obviously worried about me and my mental health, and he's like, oh my God, just come up here so I can keep an eye on you, basically.
Oh, that's really sweet.
I'm very lucky. I just literally wouldn't be alive without him. So that's just how that is. You know, and so yeah, I came over here and then got a bit better. It was on antidepressants, and but you know, it was nice moving from, you know, Trinidad's very well, the whole world's isolating to me, but there is extra challenging in some ways because, you know, sexism, homophobia, and all of those things are a bit more pronounced. And all of that was really weighing on me. And also trying to do music, trying to do guitar music in Soka town is, you know, people just didn't get it.
Yeah.
And then I moved here, and I never had to explain again what I was doing musically, which was just this huge relief. And yeah, I just kind of felt a bit more at home. I remember when I first moved here, I think Graham Norton was hosting or narrating like the Miss Universe pageant, which is a big deal where I'm from.
Okay.
They're obsessed with beauty pageants, which is another reason I had to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, like we will name, you know, public squares and stuff after past winners.
Oh, wow. It's that big a deal.
So, you know, and I came here, and then there's Graham Norton's taking the piss out of this whole bullshit, you know, parade. And I just felt, you know, like I could exhale a bit. And yeah, it's, you know, so London is definitely a lifesaver in that way for me.
That's amazing, because I always knew you had like this Caribbean connection, of course, but I didn't realize you were there until so recently.
Yeah, no, I grew up there.
And I mean, there is this kind of, I don't want to say assumption, because that's taking it, but there is this kind of association with the Caribbean and homophobia, and you're clearly out and proud, and like that must have been quite a bridge to cross over there.
It was there as well in a much more rebellious way. But yeah, I mean, it's not like Jamaica, for instance, makes us look quite progressive in that way. It's not that. At least it wasn't for me. I don't know. It might be. I think it's different for boys. Unfortunately, these things can be gendered. The responses, especially if you're a young girl, you know, they're like, oh well, you're partying, you know. It's kissing girls in public, but you're partying, so it's fine. It's you know.
It's just whatever, yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, it wasn't taken seriously either. So there's also that. But yeah, it was a big. I needed to be here, like life and death wise.
Well, I'm glad you made it here. It's fucking amazing. And I'm glad that we got to meet and hang out. That's just, you know, a major plus, because you're one of my favorite drinking buddies. And I think also, you know, there's been so many hazy nights out with you from bar to bar that has just led to, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I was out with Dana. Who knows? It's awesome. And
you can hold your liquor.
I really can. Yeah, it's true. But then there is, like, we'll get to the other stuff later, the shots and things that you've recommended to me, which is just outrageous. But going back to your music for a second, when you came to, like, was that when you got here and combining sort of essentially your gothic vibes? Like, to me, it's almost like Susie and the Banshees and Sister of Mercy meets soca and dancehall. And I'm just like, I've never fucking heard anything like that before in my life. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's
funny, I get the Susie thing a lot, and I wouldn't say she was one of my, you know, obsessions. But I hear it vocally, especially, maybe.
It's the deep whispered voice.
Yeah. But...
And the high-pitched sort of bits, maybe not. The crescendos, maybe not. I think you're more like gut punch as opposed to kind of a tickly thing.
I can't go up there. It's not safe for me. But yeah, was there a question in that? So I mean, like your music,
there wasn't a question. It was just generally a bit of a thing. So you came here and your music kind of kicked off, and it was this collaboration of, like, you know, gothic and dancehall, to my ears at least.
Yes.
Was that something you'd found over there, or something you developed here?
Well, fusion is kind of something I think we do well in Trinidad. You know, chutney, soca, rock and reggae, especially, has always been. You know, I grew up with the Orange Sky and the Joint Pop guys, and some people will know if you're watching of Trinidad. You know, and so they always did stuff like that. So that was, but also, you know, the Clash did stuff like that. Yeah,
I mean, there's obviously a link between reggae and punk. That's, you know, a well-known thing. And the UK is really good at kind of taking these things and remixing them and spitting them back out.
Right.
You know, the UK's take on reggae would essentially be punk, and then leading to ska, I guess, you know, that whole sort of milieu. But you're kind of an island on your own, rather like Trinidad, in this tiny island too.
Yeah. No, I know.
Which has led to some pretty fucking amazing fans. Like, having Iggy Pop as a fan of yours is pretty badass. I'm like...
See, Colin's here. Colin was in my very first band.
Big up, Colin. But yeah, I mean, come on. That's got to have been something. Having Iggy Pop go, yeah, Ms. Mohammed is a badass.
I got goosebumps, and I couldn't believe it for a while. And I still don't believe it. It's weird. It's... You know, because he's like the guy when you're first learning guitar, and if you're a punk fan, I am. You know, I Want to Be Your Dog is probably one of the first song riffs you learn. So yeah, for him to even know I exist is a huge big deal.
It's like 3 chords over and over again, right?
Yeah.
But it's expertly produced. Didn't Bowie produce that?
I actually have no idea.
But you know what? I've got a bit of a. I remembered this when I was thinking about this, and I was like, yeah, Bowie's a fan of hers. That's so fucking cool. But also, he's a bastard, because I had a show on Six Music for years, and the show came to a close because Iggy needed that slot.
Oh dear.
So it's serendipitous, man. Without you know, me gracefully being kicked off for Iggy. You know, it swings and roundabouts.
I needed that quote, though. Sorry, Nerm.
Big up Iggy Pop and big up Six Music.
And he is he's like this force field because of that quote. Like I used to have like right-wing dude bros find my social media pages and you know, be ridiculous and silly and really threatened by tiny indie artist me.
What? Because you're a brown gay woman called Ms. Mohammed.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the perfect storm for any right-wing bullshit, right?
I'm like this triple threat.
Quadruple.
Quadruple, yes. Immigrant as well, and you know,
yeah, six. No, that's six.
So they didn't like me. And then after he said that, and they plastered that all over all of my everything, they just backed down. He's like this force field, you know, of protection.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that was from your first EP, right?
Mm.
That was from like from Alibi.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And is that your only EP? Because I'm just like, I've been trying.
I'm working on the album. Obviously,
I want to hear more, please.
I know.
I'm such a fucking huge fan. In fact, to be fair, you did send me a couple of demos, which are wicked.
Good. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
When you started doing this, and you did like DJ mixing
in a year ago,
before they became chat shows, right?
Yeah, because of all the copyright strikes, I was just like, fuck it. But I really feel the urge to go and do something mix-worthy again, something more musical. And I kind of recently upgraded all of that, so I feel the urge coming along. Maybe like at the 1 year anniversary point of doing it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, maybe I'll do something.
That's very soon, though.
It is. You know, I was, again, that night, and I keep talking about this in every one of my chats because it's the last fucking proper night. But that night.
So good.
I really wish you'd played. Why didn't you play?
Oh, no, I just come off playing from Trinidad.
Okay.
Remember?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm sure I could have bullied you into doing it, though.
Down there, and thank God I didn't, because Shruti Hassan, Jesus.
Yeah, she's a bit fucking like, fuck.
She's insane. Wow. When's her album coming out? I want to hear that.
Shruti's, I don't know, I'll ask her. I think she had a couple of releases out, but I think she's sort of waiting for things. And then, I mean, that's it. Sort of bullying Sarati and Anushka to work together was kind of fun. That worked out. And then bullying Riz to get on, and then bullying Nikita to get on. I'm sure I could have bullied you too. Fuck.
You tried, but it was only because I couldn't rehearse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, you know what? I want to do something with you this year, for sure.
What?
I want to do something with you this year, for sure.
Okay.
Because fuck this government and fuck their timelines and their roadmap or whatever the fuck that means. But if things do open up by December at least, then I'm sure we can do something.
Yeah. No, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I do want to studio again. I for a long time I was like, do I bother? Should I? Because I spent most of last year going, what is the point?
I think everyone spent the most of last year doing that.
Brexit, you know, it's being a musician, an independent artist, especially. We're not on a good path here, and it's things are not looking up, and there's a lot to get through. Things like Broken Record campaign, though, #BrokenRecord, if people want to know, I'm excited about, because that's kind of revolutions that we need.
I think that, you know, sorry, go on. I spoke over you. What do you say? Sorry.
It's because I didn't really.
What? Sorry, you cut up.
The Broken Record campaign, which is to make streaming fair.
Oh, fuck yes, 100%. But I was going to say that actually underground music, as I'm sure you're aware, has always been the underdog and always existed in the face of relentless adversity. You know? And even before, like, pre-COVID, musicians made fuck all money anyway. Like, there was just nothing really to be made from it unless you did sort of... It took like a combination of different things to actually generate anything. Yeah. And like, you know, I was, you know, talking to artist friends of mine, and I still fundamentally don't understand, like, because I'm Gujarati, right? And we're meant to be all about like, we're meant to be miserly bastards, basically, and know about sort of, you know, where the cash flows are and all that kind of shit. And I'm just like, if you're a new artist without a shitload of cash, you're gonna invest in kind of Instagram ads or Facebook ads to get Spotify plays that don't pay you anything. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
No.
So you're paying to get some sort of stats out. It's all just, to me, it's like three self-contained economies that feed each other that don't benefit the artists at all.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, you know, radio play pays. So like pay a plugger to get you on air, because then you'll see some revenue at least, you know, as well as merch and records and shit. But fuck, Brexit's really fucked that whole supply chain as well. So working on Pavan's new record, like we released his vinyl last year, and we're looking at the follow-up, and the fact that it's coming from somewhere in Europe to England is just like, it's just a whole shit show in terms of import duty and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, your fears are valid, is my point.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel that we're one of the most robust industries that can get over those things. Is my
I hope
conclusion.
So. You know, I told you when I was thinking about selling everything to Tobago.
I didn't know about selling everything and moving to Tobago.
Tobago, let's just have a quiet life. You know, just lie on the beach.
But then, how would we meet up for shots, basket?
Sorry.
How would we meet up for shots, you basket?
Or you get on a plane.
Okay.
Right there.
That's not a bad. I might actually take you up on that if we can go. That'd be amazing. To go to Tobago, that'd be fucking sick.
But yeah, so, you know, but obviously the artist side of me always, and I'm like,
hey, Perry's saying that your grandmother was Gujarati as well.
Sorry?
Perry just said in the comments that your grandmother's Gujarati as well.
Yeah, when we did our family tree thing, we traced our tribes back to the Punjab, Gujarat, Calcutta, and what used to be called Madras.
Chennai.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Pan-Indian.
That's amazing.
No, is that east, west?
It's
north,
everywhere.
south?
That's everywhere. That is literally everywhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the triangle of India, but combined.
Yeah. So, you know, this is what you get.
That explains your existential crisis about sustainability, because that's the Gujarati in you coming out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. But I reckon you'll be totally fine. I say that because you're a bit too fucking talented not to be. And that crisis is kind of part of, as you know, it's part of that artist life. Like, will anything fucking happen?
I was thinking, don't I have to think of a perfume or something, a fragrance?
How do you mean?
Because to supplement your music career, you have to come up with these things. So I will call mine Infidel.
Infidel is a fucking amazing name for a perfume.
By Miss Mohammed. Yeah, we'll get someone French to do it.
Infidel by Ms. Mohammed is fucking amazing. Would it smell of jasmine primarily?
Come on.
George. Would it smell of jasmine primarily? For some reason, I'm getting hints of jasmine.
Oh, I like that. Jasmine. Yeah. Musk. Vanilla.
Vanilla. Interesting. Because I was going to go for tobacco and leather meets jasmine. So it's basically like sort of when I went for a cigarette when I was a kid, and I used to have to sneak into the house, and I had to borrow my then girlfriend's Impulse and spray myself. It was sort of like vanilla and tobacco combined in this horrible sort of teen stench, which I think that's not the avenue we should go down for your perfume.
Sharon just called you a hippie. I hope you didn't miss that.
I am not a fucking hippie, Sharon. No way.
Hippie.
No fucking way am I a hippie. Gee. Gee. How is that hippie? If I'd have said like patchouli, maybe.
Really, actually, never mind. It's fine.
Please, God no.
sage now and crystals, which she also gifted me because I don't know anything about them, but I needed them for protection. There were some issues in here I had to address.
Fair enough. Like I say, I embrace my demons. I think that's probably what it is. I'm like a happy demon hugger over here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have tried that.
You do. I mean, so like I said, we've had so many nights out and we've had so much debauched conversation across various like areas in East London.
Nerve-wracking.
I'm sorry, what?
A little bit nerve-wracking because we're usually not at all censored. So this is like,
this is yeah.
Talk about that? No. Okay.
100%. 100%.
I don't know what to say. Sometimes I'm a little bit like, it's a bit, because how we normally talk is very, loose.
It is. I am loose as fuck. That is true. But we must be a little bit guarded here. It's I did this one interview with Anushka when her EP came out on vinyl, and she was just like, "I've got to be really fucking careful what I say because it's getting a bit too comfortable and there's people eavesdropping. So we must edit."
Yes,
but one thing I will share was this moment during lockdown when I met you in a park, and then we went to a local pub to use their loo, and you introduced me to the most horrific fucking shot ever, and it was brilliant. It opened my eyes and simultaneously made my butt clench at the same time. It was just like it was amazing.
Okay, I think.
Please describe it. Please describe it.
It's half it's half white tequila and half white sambuca in a shot glass. And if you ever don't feel like and you drink and you don't feel like going to the party or whatever, just have that and you'll suddenly be really into it. It's not a shot glass, it's weird.
That was the most auntie explanation. If you ever feel like not going to the party, but you want to go to party, do this shot and then you go to party. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah, just to clarify, it's a half shot of Sambuca, a half shot of white tequila mixed in one shot glass.
Yes.
And it sounds horrific, but it's fucking amazing. I was just like, what is this brilliance? And do you remember we were in that pub and the bartender was like non-binary, and they were just laughing their asses off at what we were talking about.
Oh, really? Was that
I think we were being outrageous. We were being outrageous, like really outrageously kind of like we were sort of obviously maintaining social distancing and had like covers and things and all of that. We were being very proper, but also extremely improper and ridiculous. But I'm glad you don't remember.
Me and you, I can't imagine.
It was, it was amazing. But anyway, the point is that has actually changed my life for the worst, because I always felt that I could sort of control my alcohol knowing which lane I was in. But because this literally straddles two worlds, it's just a head fuck right down the middle.
Apparently it's called a silver bullet. Depends on where you are in the world.
You told me another name.
The first time I had it was at the Fat Badger in Notting Hill. And so they renamed it the Fat Badger. So I call it that. I call it Fat Badger.
So why do I get the recollection it's called the Big Fat Hairy Badger?
No, that was your interpretation. That was nothing with fact, of course.
Yeah, Sharon's saying we censored our chat very well. Excellent. With my whole butthole tensing up situation. But yeah, I think the Big Fat Hairy Badgers are the way to go. I think we should definitely do some more when the whole world opens up again.
Okay.
I
will have to practice because,
we can do many trial runs. But like, so the whole thing about going, like, if you were to go back to Tobago or Trinidad and Tobago, which one would you go to? Trinidad or Tobago? Both.
Ooh, it's controversial because obviously my mother is on the mainland. She's in Trinidad, so I have to go there. And
okay. Go there, get your laundry done, get some cooking, and then piss off.
Yeah. Well, I can cook actually, and this whole lockdown year of, I've been getting quite good. I mean, almost presentable with the roti.
Huh. Okay, so answer me this: what is the difference between Caribbean roti or roti and Indian roti?
Well, I don't think there is much difference. I think you just have different names and it depends on the origin and the regional origin. So we have like what you would call chapati. We have a thicker version of that swells.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your chapati supposed to swell as well? I have no idea. Anyway, that's called sada. And we have paratha, which is we call bus-up, which is that. Because it looks like a torn-up shirt at the end. So busted-up shirt. And dal puri and puris that you would. So, someone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. That's more than I know. But I mean, I think there's like a whole other intersection of Caribbean sort of Indian crossover cuisine stuff, or like South Asian crossover stuff, which is just, is there sort of like a whole, like, people read about Trinidad and this whole divide between sort of the black population and the brown population. Have you experienced that a lot? And how do you navigate that?
How do I navigate that? It's mostly a non-issue until there's an election,
right?
And it's driven by that and the two main political parties, which, in my humble opinion, have to both go and start over with some kind of new vision for unity and progress. Because Trinidad has a lot of crime. When I lived there, it's an entirely different place than when I lived there. And recently, I don't know if you've heard, but there was a spike in gender-based violence. So a lot of women are going missing, abducted, murdered. And and people finally took to the streets, and there were vigils everywhere and candlelight walks, and people finally said, okay, no, that's enough. It's quite enough. And it's still happening. Even up till yesterday, I saw there was another 2 abductions or something, or abductions, and not even in the midst of all of this, actively protesting, fighting. It's not, they're very emboldened. These, obviously violent and terrible.
I mean, maybe because like that whole that environment of fear, or the general kind of atmosphere of fear, kind of emboldens some people to go and do nefarious shit, perhaps.
Yeah. But yeah, people are talking about it. I saw Cardi B tweet about it, which was nice. High profile people who could do that. It does need some kind of spotlight. If you're watching and you want to know about what's going on there, I would suggest you follow Womantra on also my sister friend, who I think is in here, Meg Travels TT.
I think you glitched out, love. Could you, do you want to just type it in the comments?
Me?
Okay. Because you glitched out when you said it.
Oh,
what it is.
I'm sorry. Womantra. So mantra with the front. And Meg Travels TT.
Mantra and Meg Travels.
Meg Travels is, yes, thank you. Meg Travels TT. Is
like that. Yeah.
Who is very good at keeping me abreast of what's going on.
That's interesting, because I think there's this, like when BLM surfaced, well, not surfaced, when it kind of actually hit the headlines, there was a whole kind of an atmosphere where South Asians in particular also kind of benefit from black culture worldwide. Particularly in America, I was just like, yo, that's kind of fucked that they're still brothers and sisters using the N-word as if it's fucking theirs, and stuff like that. And there's a whole other cultural division between black and brown, which isn't really talked about ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering, you being a native Trinidadian, was that ever like present for you?
Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, it was based on politics.
And it's only ever the election cycles. It's not a daily thing where you've got like
Not
a
really.
brown middle class and then like a black working class that's constantly stuck in this cycle.
No, and it tends to be like rural versus urban, and all of those things are at play. It's hard to explain, but
sorry, yeah, I mean, sorry for going there, but I was just like, fuck it, it's just us chatting, and so.
I wish I thought about how to succinctly do that justice. But yeah, for Carnival, it doesn't exist. It's just simply, but a lot of things don't exist. Like homophobia doesn't exist for Carnival. Everything goes out the window. And actually, growing up there, that used to frustrate me because I want we're at our best when we're fusing and coming together and obviously loving each other and being unified, as would be anywhere. But and it would happen for that, and it would frustrate the hell out of me. I'm like, why can't we do this? For the rest of the year, with absolutely everyone, So
yeah, I think it's about when there's eyes, and this is the other thing. I think I was thinking a lot about sort of Indian activism in particular, and how international eyeballs kind of make a difference. So when you mentioned Cardi B talking about Trinidad and kind of sexist violence or sort of misogynistic violence, the fact that Rihanna had to tweet about the farmer protest in India,
exactly.
is just like, fuck. It's great because that someone's paying attention, but it's kind of a sorry state of affairs when it takes that for it to become, a thing. And it's a similar sort of thing over here when the 2012 Olympics happened and Boris was mayor. Like I saw this distinct drop in funding for minorities happen, or minority events or anything arts and cultural based, in the transition from Ken Livingstone to Boris Johnson as mayor of London. And then as soon as 2012 the Olympics happened, suddenly there was like this squirt of money. It's just like, everyone, all you darkies, get on stage, and this is London, right? So everyone brown, get up there, fucking do your thing. We're behind you, yeah. And Boris is all fucking screaming it, yeah, we're multicultural. And then as soon as the Olympics went, that,
Yeah, for optics, as they say, right? This is the problem. I think this is a problem generally now, is that a lot of people are what is known as performative allies.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of that, because a lot of people now are aware of what you're supposed to say, and they interject with, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ, whatever, and trans everything. And, but there's no meaning behind it, because they're just saying that as part of their own personal branding.
It's kind of a marketing campaign, sort of box-ticking thing, right?
And so now you don't even know who your allies are sometimes. I sometimes there are people I think are my allies, and I'm like, oh, actually this has nothing to do with community or solidarity. I think
that solidarity is a tough one, because you use that a lot when you talk about solidarity and your messages online, and I'm just like, I don't know whether I am in solidarity with anyone, because fuck everybody. In my opinion, like, fuck everyone, fuck all of you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck everyone. And if you're a prick, you can fuck right off. If you're not, then fine. That's basically my premise. It's like a general across the board fuck you, unless there's something positive there.
Yeah, I think that as well. I get really frustrated with humanity.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation where we're both quite nihilistic.
100%. Yeah.
Like, where is the friggin' media at this point?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I have zero faith in anyone. But actually, perhaps not even myself, in all honesty. But I think there's something nice to be sort of had in finding like-minded people that actually give a fuck. to a certain degree. So, and that's what bugs me about the performative aspect of various things, is like, do things because they are the right thing to do rather than making you feel anything. It's not designed for you to feel better or any shit like that. And equally, I guess, like election cycles and all of that kind of performative support is something that artists have to ride out as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another school of thought, which is like, if you were white, middle class, and male, you wouldn't not take advantage of that. So why would someone that's brown and a woman and happens to be gay not take advantage of any sort of funding or any sort of avenues that are open to them?
No one told me.
You're like, all those boxes you tick that make everyone hate you, there's money for that shit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
You got to embrace that Gujarati side of you, motherfucker. What the fuck is this? Is there funding for me? What?
It's news to me.
You're like the fucking holy grail, man. What's wrong with you?
No, genuinely. I
Yeah.
think that was a thing. I had like
100%. I mean, like let alone the fact that you're an incredible artist and and you're doing unique shit. Like, there's a whole. I mean, again, it's like, I don't know whether they care or whether it's performative, but who gives a shit?
heartening to know. I didn't know. I genuinely.
When your art is that good and Iggy Pop's a fan of yours, I mean, you can fucking do it, right?
Thank God for Iggy.
That Iggy thing not only keeps all the fucking haters off your back, but, you know.
It's great. He's like this, you know, my little guardian angel.
Iggy the guardian angel.
Have we cussed the Tories enough? I don't feel like we have.
I don't know. I mean, actually, that's interesting. I know Perry's just saying Nerm runs for PM and Ms. Mohammed is the new Priti Patel. Do you know what? I've got to say.
You put me in the same sentence as that.
I've got to say.
I don't even have the words for her.
There is a certain severity to Priti Patel that I think appeals to some people.
What?
There's a. Okay, so I've had some friends which will remain nameless on this public chat, but I've had some friends that have admitted to me that they find Priti Patel quite attractive, and her as a dominatrix would make a lot of sense to them.
Okay.
And I'm not equating you to that. I'm suggesting that you become PM and I become the Priti Patel.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know. Now I have.
And that doesn't mean that you look like Boris Johnson, by the way.
I feel sick. Thank you. These are all great visuals. And
it's like, if there was anyone more diametrically opposed visually and morally to Boris Johnson, it's probably you.
I hope so.
I think so. And I'm getting his fucking hair. So I don't think that could be me.
Oh my God.
Shit. It's all very bad. I've actually, like I said, I wore a shirt to kind of get ready to meet the real world. And I spoke to my upstairs neighbor to get my nails done in all chrome in the garden as soon as we're legally allowed to meet in the garden.
Hi, it's Beth. Beth would vote for me. Thank you, Beth.
Oh, that's very cute. Hi, Beth.
Does anyone have any questions? I'm now the host. Nerm.
Oh, listen, I'm going to go we. Actually, you can take questions. I'm going to go we. So it's on you, okay? Up to you.
No, I need a backup. Okay. Yeah, if you have any questions, I'm here. Please feel free to be very inappropriate. I don't care. No one has questions, Nerm. Come back. Oh, shit. I'm in trouble now. Okay. I feel like this dead air makes, normally if this was a gig and, someone's asked me something. How far are you with the album? Sort of halfway knowing what is going to be on there, but it keeps changing. But hopefully 3/4 of the way certain. Hi, Anushka. Anushka's here. So yeah, but obviously I haven't even stepped foot in a studio yet. So there's a road ahead. Oh, no problem. Don't worry about it. Oh, no, they're talking to each other in the chat. Yeah. Normally, if this were a gig and there was some kind of technical thing, I would start singing all standards. Like Fever. Oh my God, stop it. Oh, geez. Okay. What music inspired you as a young one? Oh, good question. A lot of things. There was like, chart, radio, pop, Madonna, and then there was, so dancehall of my youth. So music is huge and is internet. So, what guitar effect do you love? Out Overdrive, or I just mentioned Madonna, or Delay, Overdrive and Delay, I think. But I can't give up anything on my pedal is only 4. Where is Nerm? He just came back.
I'm coming. Wait, yeah, hang on.
I'll just entertain people.
That's what she said.
Where did you go?
I'm getting something. Hang on.
Oh no, what is this?
It's worth it. If I can find it. Yes!
Did you ever find the kick sound that time? Yes, I did. And I was right. I think it was like with the low end boosted.
Which kick sound is Anushka talking about?
I asked her once when she did the Shiraz Core show. There was so when the elephant comes out and
Anushka, that was my kick sound.
Was it your kick sound?
That was my kick sound.
Oh, well, I expect you to send it to me now.
Anushka, is that the one? Just jump in the comments. Hi, Jam, how's it going? And no, it wasn't double wheeze. I wanted to show you this.
Oh.
So it's the Like a Prayer, right? The limited promo thing that went to DJs. There you go. But but Prince produced 2 of them.
Yes.
Secretly.
Secretly, I thought. Yeah. Well, he's credited on Love Song and.
No. This is the remixes for Like a Prayer that Prince did, uncredited for Madonna.
Okay. Have you sent this to me? What is wrong with you? First of all, you know about funding.
Hey, it's like Gujarati and Prince song.
That kick I asked.
Prince song, Prince knowledge, yes.
I have this and you haven't. Jesus, call yourself a friend. Wow.
Yeah, Jam, the outfit change. No, this is what I was wearing because the wonderful Ms. Mohammed deserves like actual clothes.
You're ridiculous.
I mean, it's true. It's true. The amount of times that I was thinking about this. I was like, where would my ideal sort of place to go with Dana be? And I was thinking some sort of dungeon in Soho would be perfect.
There's your friend who was on here recently.
Oh yeah, Adrina. Yes.
Yeah. Again, haven't taken me there.
That's true. And Bishy was at that party too, like at one of those parties at her place. So yeah.
Yeah. Whenever the world goes back to.
That's the thing. I think that Adrina's femme parties are amazing, but obviously I don't have the correct equipment to get in, so that's fine. But I've heard they're a lot of fun.
You're very in touch with your femininity.
Yeah. I mean, all thanks to Prince.
Adrina. Oh, yes, exactly.
Yeah. I think, I've said this a billion times on these chats, is that, growing up in Birmingham, in sort of the 80s and 90s, looking like this, Prince was like the role model, I think. And also, I guess, like talking to women without like wanting something from them in any way was kind of a Prince thing. It was just a conversational kind of honest thing that,
Oh, They were human. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, there was this sitcom, right, called Superstore, which is on Netflix, and there's literally this one scene, spoilers, where one of the characters has sex with her co-worker. It gets broadcast on the internet, and she's like, "Well, why shouldn't I be able to have sex?" Right? So why should it be a matter of conquest for the man and shame for the woman? Why should it be that? Obviously, super heteronormative.
Yeah.
But then this kid is just like, oh, I hear that, you're sex positive, so can we have sex? And it's like, it's one of those basic things that young dudes aren't taught about choice. It's just a really fucked up, ingrained objectification that I went through, and I had it too.
Right.
Like, I literally had the same thing. It's like, well, if she'll have sex with that person, she'll have sex with me. It was like, it was just a function rather than a choice. And it's so fucked and so ingrained that you just don't even realize that until... And that was when I was 14, I remember thinking this. And it was listening to Prince that made me change that. Because no one was going to... Not my family weren't going to fucking tell me. School wasn't going to tell me.
Yeah.
I was too young to actually engage. And so it's kind of super fucking, like... It's just a really weird paradigm to grow up in, you know?
Right.
And I think that it's odd that objectification is learnt through osmosis.
Yeah.
Which is super fucked. So yeah, big up Prince.
Wow. Do you know what moment that was, or was it a particular track, or?
Oh yeah, If I Was Your Girlfriend.
Ah, okay.
So If I Was Your Girlfriend is written by Prince. I'm sure you know, but it's written by Prince talking to an ex female partner in as if he was her girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it shows such vulnerability that I was like, I can't be a macho dude and like an alpha male because fucking look at me. That's not really my vibe anyway. And conquering women's not really been my... It's just that ownership thing's a bit icky. I don't think it's not really my thing. But then that level of communication as if you were her female best friend was just like, yo, that's amazing. Like that whole just talking to a woman as if she's a person. It sounds so basic and crude now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's where we have to start.
It's so fucked up that isn't taught. It's so fucked up that isn't just like...
Frustrating.
I
feel like I was born feminist, and it's very frustrating to watch the world sort of slowly catch on.
Sorry, let me mansplain to you about what feminism is. Like, I wouldn't even describe myself as a feminist, quite frankly, because I think that takes away from actual feminists. I'm still a fucking dickhead man and just bumbling through.
No, I don't think it does. I think we need everyone to get on board with certain ideas like equality.
But my point is that's the bare fucking minimum. That's just actually... Oh, shit. Zubin. Sorry, I'm swearing. Okay. Well, there you go. Whoops, sorry. But it's the bare minimum, right? It's just like the obvious thing.
Good. Oh, Uncle Nerm.
Jeez. I mean, sorry, go on, you were saying?
No, it's just frustrating to watch, these ideas that are very basic, like feminism 101, slowly dawn on humanity. And it's almost as if we were right all along, and it is just as simple as, recognizing our humanity regardless of gender.
Yeah, I mean, it's shocking that it's such an obvious thing.
World,
I'm sorry, what? I talked over you again. Sorry.
No, it's a new idea for most of the world, gender kind of perspectives. So it's a really... People are really married to these... to gender, really, and gender rules.
Yeah. It's kind of messed up, though. Because I think that objectification is so inherent in all of popular culture that it's almost... I don't want to shift blame away from any sort of wrongdoers, but I, as a dude, can see how that can lead to the most heinous, horrible shit.
Yeah,
like that fear of rejection or that kind of objectification is something I felt at 14. You know what I mean? And like it's it's super fucked that it's, like I said, it's by osmosis.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that it's being tackled on a broader scale. And I'm also, like, Anushka's saying that her son Zubin's watching and wants me to say the word dickhead. So, dickhead. There you go. She said not to say it, but there you go.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but we're kind of preaching to the choir here. I don't know how you make a dent in the mainstream, because I think obviously we're on board with these ideas, and how do you get that carrot and shift?
Well, honestly, I feel it's about just for people like yourself to exist. Right. Generally, just like you existing as you are, and looking how you do, and owning a stage how you do. And like, and I'm sure you must have had like the male gaze on you and so much, like, because you're hot as fuck, let's be honest. So you on the stage with the guitar is like, oh my God, you know, what the fuck? So, and you must have had so many heteronormative kind of approaches.
I used to, it was, my life was very before and after. I used to do these events called Clit Rock, which were part of the anti-FGM campaign.
And also, Clit Rock is a fucking great name.
So yeah, we'd have, you know, female and non-binary DJs and artists play live, and it was basically like feminist nightclub. And yeah, there's before that and there's after that, and after that, I haven't gotten any of those dudes. Like, they're just like, oh, she's a lost cause, get it? I don't get dick pics, nothing. Like, they're just like, they don't bother with me.
That's amazing.
Like, it's something about that again, the force field is kind of like the Iggy thing, you know, these things that happen that make you, I don't know, that was a major shift.
So it's like a bulletproof vest. It's like Iggy Pop and hardcore gayness. It's just like, there's my double shields. I've got Iggy and gayness, and here I go. That's fucking wicked.
There's also, you know, maybe it's also worth saying that maybe guys do now actually go, oh, she's gay, and leave you alone. Whereas, you know, 10 years ago they didn't do that.
Can I admit something? Like, one thing that you know, you get these moments of kind of clarity years later, is that I have like a real, like, for some reason, I really get on with gay women, like, massively.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck it is, but there was this one couple that was a mixed race gay couple, and I kind of was drunk and cornered them all night at a wedding, and talked to them exclusively about Prince's, like, people in Prince's band, Wendy and Lisa, who were a gay couple. And they didn't know about Wendy and Lisa. So I sat there mansplaining to them for 3 hours about this lesbian couple in Prince's band and how they need to know about Wendy and Lisa. It was just like...
When was that?
It was years ago. It was like, it was years ago, but I kind of, I cringed so hard because it was like this brown girl who was like, yeah, I'm gay, that's my wife, and she's white. I was like, oh my God, I love you. You need to know about Wendy and Lisa. Just fucking, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you are the guy I'm talking about.
I'm the fucking problem, dude. Like, yo.
No, you're much better.
I got very, 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 very overexcited. And yeah, it's one of those moments where I'm just like, oh, what's wrong with you, man? Like, just walk away. Walk away.
It would be, you know, like, I think about the kids now, because you can't really turn on your TV, especially watching Netflix and content on there, without seeing everything on the spectrum of human sexuality. And I wonder about growing up queer now, and these kids who are, you know, they're so lucky. Like, it's part of life. This is the tapestry of life, and it's
you know,
and it's so normalized.
I mean, I hope that is the case, but I think that looking back at, say, the glass ceilings for kind of brown creatives, and I've realized that every generation has their own battles. And I'm not sure that's the same with the queer community. I hope it is. I really do. As much as I hope it is for any minority community or, you know, anyone facing these idiots that can't see the world beyond their own paradigms. But I'm not sure. I really hope so. I think it's heartening. I think you're right in that there's young friends of mine that have come out and that are openly functioning in sort of same-sex relationships and identifying however the fuck they want to. And yeah. I'm sure it's not easy though.
No, you know, I think we forget because we're in our little London bubbles. Yeah.
And I'm a fucking heteronormative cis male, so I can talk all about these things with great authority.
To be honest, you get things that a lot of them do not.
Mate, I used to get Anyway, no, I've got to realize we're public. I was going to say all sorts of horrible jokes.
Go ahead.
So, bringing this all the way back around, I think that, like I said, from you sheerly existing, right, going back to the whole thing about sort of potentially quitting music or all those kinds of things, it's something that I think that you, by existing and being out there as an artist, is pretty fucking important. And equally, I think that it doesn't, like, and again, let me mansplain this to you, is that it doesn't fucking matter what people think of you. It's what you think of you. To use a hippie. God, I really am a hippie. But also punk. Like, fuck everyone and do it for you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like,
Hippie
fuck
punk.
all that.
That's what you are. Yeah, sorry. Just just subversive, just rebel. Well, that's all very super kind, everything you said about me.
But honestly, like, if you look objectively at your like impact and your reach and how good your music is, it's there.
Oh.
If you were shit, Iggy Pop wouldn't like you. And it's very obvious.
I'm blushing in my brown wing.
No, it's true. And then also, I brought Anushka to your gig, and she's like, "Who the fuck is this woman?" I mean, there's.
I was so nervous. I was like, because someone said she was out there while I was backstage, and I'm like, I hope, you know, my friend texted me and I'm pretty sure Anushka Shankar is here, and I was like, I told the band, I was like, I hope Hannah's just being a racist and is just mistaking some brown girl for her. But no such luck. And then I was like, oh God, now I have to play my stupid set in front of this legend. You know, that was your fault. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, that's you're fucking great is the point of all of this whole chat. Literally, I'm here blowing smoke up your ass to say just shut up and keep doing it. Because you're a bit too good. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like I said, there's just so much good shit about what you do. It's amazing.
Why do I pay my therapist every week when I could just call you and...
I'm sorry, what do you think this is? This is like, wait, hang on a second. Let's get the exact number. It's got to be, this is exactly what this is. This is week 49 of my public therapy. This is exactly it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I do want to get in the studio ASAP, and hopefully I do not disappoint you.
I dare fuck off. Disappoint me. Don't disappoint. Like, I mean, in all honesty, I'm such a fan that you couldn't disappoint me until, like, you ask for feedback and I just don't say anything, and that's when, like, it's bad.
Oh, I think I'll know.
Yeah, but like, at the end of the day, I think that, you know, there was a whole talk about post-COVID world and all this kind of shit, and realistically, like I said before, is that independent artists have always fought against the odds anyway. And you've done that already by moving here and fucking doing what you do and embracing, you know, your fucking gender, your fucking color, your surname, which is like full on no fly list business, and your art.
Yeah.
You've already fucking done it.
Oh. Okay, so I can die now, right?
No, just fucking no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that fucking make more so I can die happy, dickhead.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Deal. That's the
Yeah.
deal.
Because honestly, like going online and finding one EP and knowing all the rest of it, I'm like, oh, can't wait.
Well, I feel like I was only just getting good and then the world stopped.
Can I? Okay, well, I'll be brutally honest. Right, is that I was, you know, I guess got good and popular. I guess in like 2010, 2008, 2010 was our peak, and then there's all sorts of behind the scenes stuff, whatever. When the world stopped,
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I could take a bit of a breather. Now everyone stopped. It was a bit of a fucking relief for my old ass, to be honest with you. And I was like, ah. And then I started doing this and actually started doing stuff. So instead of like waiting for the world to catch up, I think you can just progress on your own pace now. You're not at anyone else's behest anymore.
Okay.
I think.
So that's a good perspective. Yeah,
fuck everyone else. You can do it on your own fucking pace. There's no fucking gigs to get. There's no clubs to show. There's no touring for any album. That whole rat race, but that whole treadmill has been destroyed. So you can set the terms yourself.
That's a very liberating way to look at it.
It's fucking brilliant. I can get drunk with my friend every week. It's just amazing.
Because I genuinely make music for myself.
100%, as do I, and I never share anything because it's literally my own therapy. And it's got to be really nerve-wracking for you to do that because there's these questions of is it good enough or whatever, but there's no pressure. There's nothing to work towards. There's no one else's timetable to work towards apart from your own.
Yeah. Okay.
So please don't quit, you dickhead.
Okay, sorry.
Because Vicky's like, I can't wait to see you play 100%.
Oh God, I know. I told you about my new nightmare of like stage fright. Like, what if I suddenly have stage fright? You don't know.
Do you want to do a secret gig that no one knows about?
Yeah, maybe I should.
Do you want me to arrange a secret gig that no one knows about?
Yeah. June, right? Apparently.
I think June will be a bit of a shit show.
He's going to say nice things because that's my brother.
Oh, Perry? Of course.
Actually, no, you know what? That's not true. Because there was one song that I was working on and he was like, I love the instrumental. And then I did the vocals. And he was just a bit underwhelmed, you know? And I just scrapped that vocal melody completely. I thought, oh, why doesn't he get it? He's not getting it because I haven't sung it properly or something. But no, and it's good to have people like that go, this isn't your best, you know. This doesn't match up to the instrumental. And then I out to it now, and it's honesty is very good to have some.
Yeah. 100%. I had a friend ask, like, you know, have you ever told anyone that their music was shit? And I was like, yeah, everyone that I work with.
Pretty sure you would.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Hang on, sorry, this is cutting out for some reason.
What are you pouring?
Booze.
Okay, I was looking for more detail.
I mean, like bourbon and drinks and such. No, I was pouring ice. But so, right, how are we going to conclude this interview? Big fat hairy badger. I'm trying to think. Is there anything we haven't touched upon? I think we've touched upon everything. Enough touchings. I think so. Is there anything you want to ask me?
Good question. How are you buoyant? What's your problem? You're into this nonsense, you know, and you're just like still dependable. You know? Dependable
idiocy.
Positive.
I think honestly, I'll be brutally honest. I think it's genuinely about sort of potentially having very little to begin with, and then just like fuck, let's just make hay while the sun shines.
Okay.
Basically, because
I think it's just your essence. Of
well, I don't know. I think it could all just go away at any minute, right? So fuck it.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah. So like, and also like as a sort of former death metal and goth fan, and sort of into the sort of destruction of everything, and the nihilist. You know, that's the thing. I don't know what the hell I am, because I believe in kind of the pointlessness of it, or the lack of ego, but like having fun and doing good at the same time is not mutually exclusive.
Okay.
To be nihilist, I guess. I don't know, or to just not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm clearly pissed.
We're
I'm sorry, love. You keep cutting out. I think it's my cabling.
Your cabling.
What did you say?
I said we're very similar in that way.
Yeah, potentially. That's probably why we get on so well. I can't wait to get drunk with you in real life.
I can't. I can have one. I'm really bad at it now.
We'll get you up to scratch. We'll get you up to speed.
Send me like, you know, a drink workout.
We will. In fact, we'll set up a whole training regime of how to get your tolerance back up. Yeah. That's something I can help with. But look, love, thank you so much for this whole chat. I hope that you enjoyed it. And it wasn't too arduous. It wasn't too arduous. Oh, no, it was fine in the end. It was fine in the end. You bastard. Look at you. Just like... It was all right. It was all right. Like, fuck you, you bastard. So, you know. I'll send you this this Prince-produced Madonna remix. Come on. Send me that. And we'll catch up in the reels soon. Thank you for joining us, by the way. For people that, you know... And everyone else. Mentioned comments and things. Has been really cool. I just met them recently online. Who? Warped Spaces. Who says oh yeah, pretty amazing. So hopefully I meet everyone in real life soon. I think so too. Thank you. Bye. I'm gonna go wee again. I really need to wee. I have a bladder the size of a thimble. It's tiny. I'm very compact. Okay, bye. Bye.